Hey there, stitchy friends. It is Heidi, the Potty Mouth Stitcher, and good afternoon. Today is Wednesday. I think it's the 24th. Finally had some time to sit down and show you all the fun things I've been working on. I don't think this one will be very long, so enjoy while it lasts, I guess. But then again, I could get rambling and it could be an hour and a half. You never know, but I doubt it. So anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, thanks for stopping by and checking us out. My name isn't that scary. I'm not a sailor. I could just hang out with them. That's why I call myself the Potty Mouth Stitcher. If you knew me in real life, you'd hear a lot more of it. I try to keep it colorful. I try to keep people happy. And just get through the day with a little bit of humor because, you know, why not? So anyways, a little bit of, I don't know, I guess a life update. This past weekend, my youngest bonus kid, Abby, she graduated from high school, and she was super done. She was super done with high school and ready to go on. She'll be heading down to Radford University this fall. Looking forward to that. And the same day, my oldest bonus child, Zach, he headed out to his internship up in Duluth, Minnesota. Got there safe. He was super excited to go. I think he's really stoked to finally be getting into what he wants to do. Like I said, he's finishing up. He's got one more year at Virginia Tech. And sounds like he's, what is it, sports media? And a minor in something I can never remember. I think it used to be known as urban planning and development, but it has a slightly different twist to it now. I don't know. So I suck. But anyways, sorry, Zach. He's in Duluth. He is interning with a minor league baseball team. And like I said, super psyched. So hopefully maybe we'll road trip up there this summer and at least get to see him, check him out. I've been to Minnesota before. It's just been a long time, and oh darn, there's a lot of really good cross-stitch stores between Virginia and Minnesota, so that would be awesome. Oh darn, right? Sorry babe, we need to stop here. So stay tuned for that. Or hey, if anybody knows of any, I mean, I've already looked up a couple, but if you know of really good L&S somewhere between Virginia and northern Minnesota. You know, the the route has not been completely figured out yet, so I'm all about some side trips. give me a comment either here or on my Instagram. Let me know, and I'll check them out if we can swing by. If it's close to where we're gonna be, we'll check it out. So that's them. I did have on one of the comments a request about Felix. You always hear about good old Felix. I'm really quite surprised he hasn't come around just yet, but I think, you see over here, that's the screened-in porch, and I have a couple kitty trees. He's parked right there right now, so he's getting his afternoon nap. You'll see him more on Instagram. He's not always the friendliest cat to pick up. Depends on, you know, he's a cat, his mood. Sometimes he'll tolerate it, other times he's just, you know, grumpy McGrumperson. So you can't tell. So if and when he ever sashays by and I can pick him up and show him to y'all, and you can see how grumpy and fluffy he is, then by all means I will do so. So stand by. Lucy, my other kitty cat, she was over here on my stitching chair until I started setting up, and she didn't want anything to do with what's going on, so off she went. And my third one, she's out there hiding underneath the forsythia bush and living large. She tried to bring me a baby bunny yesterday. That was delightful. This cat weighs 5 pounds. She's 13 years old. And this baby bunny was every bit of 2 pounds, pound and a half. And she just bringing it on up on the porch, and I ran out there and she dropped it, and Bunny scurried off pretty much unscathed. I guess she just wanted another little friend in the house because the other two don't play with her. They think she's scary. She used to be a lot bitchier than she is. I think in her old age she's just kind of mellowed out and she wants to play with somebody. Wouldn't be the first thing she's brought in the house. Let me see, it was probably about the third or fourth bunny. And the most interesting thing was a baby possum. She brought me a baby possum one day. God only knows how long it had been in the house. I used to have a second job as home care, and I came home and I was just typing away on my chair, doing my charting, and I kept hearing some noise underneath the chair, and I thought it was one of the cats was underneath there, because they like to hop, you know, they can crawl in the back and play and just be obnoxious. So I thought that's what it was, and I was like, cut it out, get out from underneath there, swatting at, you know, the side of the chair, whatever. Not really paying attention, just trying to get my work done. And then I look outside and I see all three cats sitting in the driveway. I'm like, oh shit, this is not a cat underneath here. So went and got a bucket and a pair of gloves. Slowly pulled that thing over and saw this giant long tail. I'm like, oh dear God, don't be a rat. Don't be a rat. And sure enough, I saw the white fur. I'm like, oh, it's a possum. And he was good size, big. Wasn't a baby possum. He was a grumpy teenager possum. And he didn't much care for me pulling him out from underneath there. He bit me. Good thing I had those big old gloves on. Shoved him in the bucket, took him outside. Off he went to produce more babies. I'm sure I'm probably seeing third generation possums by now. But anyways, I think at one point we had a running list of all the critters that the cats would bring in. But anyways, then we had, about 2 years ago, a little feral cat kind of moved into town. Of course, we call him Will Ferrell. And he's smart. God, he's smart. Can't trap him. Pat him in that trap 2-3 times and he can get out like David Copperfield. It's ridiculous. So I gave up. I'm like, dude, you win. So I tried to keep the cats inside as much as possible because he is determined to tear their asses up. And they have, and I'm tired of, I mean, I like my vet, but I'm tired of funding their new addition. So I try to keep the kitties inside as much as possible. So yeah, the critters coming in the house have declined quite a bit, thank goodness. Anyways, see, I can ramble about anything. This might be an hour and a half long. I really don't know. So that's my Felix request. Thank you for asking about, I call him my super producer because he's usually right behind me on the ottoman snoring. But like today, he's, I guess the weather's better, so he's out on the porch enjoying the view. So last night did something new. Again, I did post it on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you saw it. In Roanoke, there is an axe throwing place. It's called Blue Ridge Axe Throwing, and they're actually like a little on the inside, Safe Side Tactical. So if you're anywhere in the Southwest Virginia area, you've probably heard of Safe Side Tactical for you know, the shooting range. They sell guns. They have all the classes, all kinds of stuff. It's an impressive facility. I was like, whoa. But the little axe throwing place, you know, it has like 5 lanes, and they did a great job showing us, you know, what to do, because we were kind of a motley crew. We're not like big athletes by any stretch. So trust me, if you ever get the opportunity to go try it out. It was a lot of fun. We got to throw the 2-handed axe, a 1-handed axe. I don't know, they might have called them knives, but they were like just smaller metal, all metal axe shaped, much lighter. You can kind of fling them like a knife type thing. And then they even brought out the little ninja stars, and those are not easy. The other stuff you can get the hang of pretty good. Those little ninja stars, forget it. I was lucky to get them to stick in the wall at all, let alone with any type of aim. So more props to the ninjas in the world. Anyways, glad I don't meet them. But it was a lot of fun. If you get a chance, go check them out. I know the Blue Ridge Axe Throwing, I think they have 2 or 3 different locations already, like Lynchburg. And they were about to open one in Blacksburg if it isn't always already opened. I was trying to remember what they had on their site. There's several places. Again, it was a lot of fun. Pretty minimal anything for an hour worth of hanging out and taking out your aggression on a wood wall. It was pretty fun. Anyways, other stuff, this is my last day of a 7-day break from work. It's been delightful. It's been busy, but it's been fun. Nice break. That's what I like most about my job. Pretty sad is my schedule. About every 3 weeks, I usually have a 6 or 7 day break off without taking any vacation time. And boy, some days you need it a lot more than others, and I get so much done. It's great. So I'm sure if you've listened to me before, you've heard me talk about, you know, my sister. She's a bad influence, and she got me started with the freeze drying thing. So this week I've been focusing on fruits and vegetables instead of just trying to figure out the candy part of it. I tell you, I found a good deal on strawberries. Kroger hooked me up, and I just took the second batch of strawberries out, and I brought some here for you to look at. I put them all in jars right now. Just, you have to keep them pretty well, got to keep the oxygen, the air away from them. But, you know, once you have them completely dried, and running a batch something like this takes about 20 hours. I don't know. Can you hear that? It's nice and dry. And when you clip it, bing. So honestly, get a little bit of a crunch to it. They're so good. So my stitchy snap menu is getting bigger. So here's strawberries. I'll show you all the fun things I've been playing with. Believe it or not, that is pepper jack cheese. Sliced. Oh my gosh, they're like little cheese crackers. They're so good. Especially with, you know, the whole fruit and cheese thing. It's like freeze-dried charcuterie board. Or what do people call it? Coochie coochie board. Because you can't say charcuterie. It is right fancy. Mango. How pretty is that? These are not the mangoes I tried to slice my thumb off with. These are actually champagne mango. And some pretty pears. They're wonderful. So, the other cool thing was, zucchini chips with like ranch seasoning sprinkled on them. These are awesome. This is kind of what got me hooked. My sister bought me some zucchini chips. So she bought to our sister trip. So for me and Mom to try all the stuff she had played with. Oh my gosh, between this and the cheese, and actually kind of that was it. The veggie chips and the cheese and, well, the fruit. All the fruit was really good. I'm like, you know, if I had this, I'd eat a lot more of it. And I have. I take it to work. If you're lucky, I share it with you. No, but I am kicking around the idea of, for, you know, people that watch, if you're interested, if you want to try it. See, cute little strawberry packs. It ends up being like an ounce or two of actual weight. But in all reality, that's about 5 or 6 strawberries in there. And again, they last quite a while. Now, if they don't have oxygen absorbers in there, they won't, you know, last for 25 years. But they're certainly going to last for as long as it would take for you to mow through those here in a week, you know, or a couple days, or one sitting, whatever it is. But so I'm toying with the idea of selling them here locally, of course, and then maybe even Etsy. You know, kind of throw it up on the Instagram when I have something, if anybody's interested. Run a special, whatever. Let me know what you think. If you think, meh, not something I'd want, or that sounds pretty good to me, let me know, either the comments below or on Instagram. I'm looking for any kind of feedback, because again, they're not heavy, they're bulky, but gosh, they're good. They're so yummy. Here, there's apples. Yummy. Anyways, so that's the other fun thing I've been working on this week. Now on to the fun stuff. So what is it, 24th? I have gotten 3 of my new starts done of the 5 that I have planned. The 5th one technically is going to be my birthday start too. Birthday is June 1st, so I actually work on the 1st, but I'm off the 31st, so I'll probably start that one the 31st. So it's a 2-for-1. The 5th one of Maynia, and then my birthday start. I'll show you those to remind you what that was. And I guess let's do whips first, and then I'll show you the new start. So first whip is my Hawk Run Hallow. I have the middle one done there, and this is the one I'm working on now. Number 2. If you remember before, right here, sorry, I can never really see that. So that little tombstone has the RIP on it, and it really just does not show up all that well. So I went through, and I finally just went over it and changed the color, so it actually showed up. Because from a distance, you see it, but I tell you, with that other color, you just see, it was just a boring little tombstone. It really didn't, you couldn't really see anything on it. So, that's the progress I've made. Basically, the left side of the smaller tombstone, where it says in memory, finished the writing, and then of course I was messing around with that RIP so it actually showed up. And I did a little bit more of the border, I guess. There we go. Again, since all these are kind of full coverage, it's slow going. It is slow going. I did get, I think I showed you that, started switching some of my DMC stuff, because this one's done all in DMC, or at least I'm doing it all in DMC. So I'm switching over to floss drop, so I'm not dealing with all those bobbins. That was getting a little tedious. Mainly just the winding it back up, you know. Oh, you cut off a chunk, wind up, the rest you're not going to use. That was getting old. So, anyways, so far I like this better. A lot better. Next one up, and I made a bunch of progress on this one, is Jeanette Douglas, Summer by the Sea. And again, this is, you know, 1 of 4. Obviously, you can see the whole, all 4 seasons are together in one finished piece. And again, this is the one that brought me back into cross stitch and like, oh, definitely gonna have to do linen because of all the crazy specialty stitches on this one. But I love it. I've gotten plenty of comments of people that have this in their stash, and again, I couldn't encourage you more to go ahead and just do it. The specialty stitches are not difficult. She has excellent directions. I've never done any type of embroidery or at all, so I don't know anything about specialty stitches. I do a cross stitch, I can do a half stitch, I can do back stitch, and the occasional French knot after I cuss that a little bit. But so like people like the what is it, Mouse Potato Designs, is that her, Mouse Potato? Yeah, who does all those French knots. I mean, they look amazing, and I love what she does with all of her all of her pieces. She puts in all these French knots, like with the little sheep and in the flowers, and they look great. God bless you, girl. I couldn't do it. Because I'd be in the loony bin. I'll keep trying, because I'm sure practice makes perfect, but whew, I don't know. So anyways, that was my stitching repertoire until Miss Douglas has helped me out a little bit. Here's the pretty threads, flosses. It's a mix. Most of it's silk. And again, I bought the floss packs for these just because there's so much variegation and whatnot. There was no way. There was no way. So here she is. I've got everything but the sand that goes right here. It's a real similar stitch. And that little seashell right there. It didn't take long until you just sit there and start fiddle-farting around with it to try to, because you're basically just weaving it through the little, I don't know, spoke type things, stitches. Sure, there's better terminology for that, but I don't know what it is. Anyways, then you weave your variegated thread through there, and then you just have to sit there and try to push it up and make it actually look like a shell. So I hope you're getting a decent shot of that. There we go. Is that a little bit better? And, I mean, again, from 6 feet away, it looks like a shell, and it's delightful. Up close, well, she'll work. You know, it's not bad. I'm not complaining. Again, this thing is delightful. It's just so pretty. So if you haven't already got it, if you don't already own it, go get it. Too cute. This is done on, is it 36 count Maritime. So I'm doing it 1/2 with the called for floss packs, like I said. Love it. And if I forgot to tell you, which I'm sure I did, my Hawk Run, that's done on 36 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. I'm doing it 2/2 because there's just so much black. I just, you know, the coverage. Otherwise you just, I don't know, it drives me nuts when you see the darker stuff. You'll see another thing, I had an issue with that too, so that I ended up changing up a little bit. But anyway, so those are my 2 whips. I almost finished off that summer, but the next time you see me, I'll definitely have summer finished and maybe even start on whichever season I pick next, I guess. But again, I love them both, but Summer by the Sea, it's nice to see that it's almost done. And honestly, it's a quick stitch. If you just sat down and did it, you probably knock out a season in 2-3 days, really. I'm just, you know, squirrel. I'm doing 15 different things, and I like to jump from one to the next. It kind of, rogue cat hair, isn't that great? Tweet. Can't imagine where that came from. Anyways, so those are my whips. Moving right along. I have 3 new starts to show you. In chronological order. How about that? I started this one first. It is the Blackberry House by Plum Street. Sorry for the glare. I'm using called for threads. I'm not one to mix up much. You hear me say it every time. I'll leave color to the professionals. This one's on a 32 count, 2/2. It's a mystery linen. I have no idea what it was. Didn't get a huge start on it, but hey, it's a start. There's a leaf. I'm trying to figure out what exactly, oh, it's right here. It's this little guy. Pink, right in the middle. So yeah, I got a little leaf started, so she counts. That's number 1. Again, doing a 32 count, 2/2. And these are the pretty threads. Again, all called for. Tell ya, don't quite have my poop in a group today. Such pretty colors. Plum Street, you know, who doesn't love Plum Street? I say that every time. Oh no, man down. Sorry about that. See if I can get all my stuff together. Next one up is Seasons of the Heart, and I'm starting with summer. And this is a 40 count mystery linen. That's my start. And that's what I was talking about with the coverage. You see the top part I was doing with just one thread. Sorry if that's right. There we go. But the bottom I switched to 2. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the mystery linen isn't 40 count. I don't know. I don't know. Dark colors, light linen, tough call. So I'll probably stick with 2/2, at least with the dark color house. With the rest of it, we'll see. We'll play with it. Sorry for my squeaky chair. This is the the thread for all of it. But again, it's all the pretty colors. Till it's seasons. Look at the pretty orange. Maybe I'll do fall next. Trying to keep up. Alright, let's see what else I dropped here. Gosh, apparently I need longer legs. I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, my third start was Freedom Reigns by Silver Creek Samplers. And I had this one for a long time. I love all of her little, I shouldn't say all her little things. I love all of her pieces. They're just so cute. What am I doing this one on? Check my awesome little Tiger Lily card. This one's 32 count. Something called Shrekie's Tan. Again, no clue. I think I got it down in Southern Stitchers Needlework down in Brookneal, Virginia. It was like a year or so ago, a couple years ago now. Pardon me. Still got an itchy nose. When I went and got, she had all kinds of stuff there. It was pretty much right after she opened, or fairly recently after she opened her bricks and mortar shop. I need to get back down there. It's a nice, huge store. And she does her own floss now. Is that the Southern Fried one? If I'm right. If I'm wrong, forgive me. And whatnot. So here's the pretty colors for Freedom Reigns. And here's my start. A fun little stitch, honestly. I've done this in 2 sittings. Maybe 5 hours worth of stitching. Not much. It's not super huge, again, when you look at it. See, there's the, it's not going to be a very big one, which I'm kind of really happy to have some smaller ones in with my big girls, because I got way too many big girls going right now. But I love them, so what are you going to do? I'm a big girl. I like big girls. It's only natural. So those are my 3 starts. Like I said, I had 2 more to go. And next up is going to be Lacey Cottage Sampler. There we go. Again, I don't think the picture is going to do this one any justice whatsoever. The threads and whatnot, where are they? How about that? I'll just hold up the bag. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? Just adorable. There you go. There's my working pattern. There's my cheat sheet telling me that it's going to be 36 count heirloom by Needle Bling. And there, that's the fabric and the floss. And my nice little crap I found in my closet. Project bag done by My Mama's Better Than Yours. So that's one of those. I got plenty of them. And the last one that's going to be my birthday start, as well as the number 5 Maynia start, is another big girl Heartstring Samplery. Consider the Lilies. Yeah, I know you've seen it 100 times. I got suckered in by all the other people doing it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've never done anything with that many teeny tiny little motifs, so I'm really kind of looking forward to it. So come on, May 31st. That's going to be a fun one. So there's my whips and my Maynia. Plans, I guess, is what's up next. Oh, yeah, plans. All right, so kind of part of haul as well as plans. You've heard me all like complain, for lack of a better word. Lament. A planner, again, I like the Book of Days. I like the simplicity of it. And I like some of the other big planners that have, you know, all the little challenges and all the stitch counts, and you can put all your thread inventory in here, which is kind of nice, but I just don't use it. I mean, I like the stitch counts a lot. That helps keep me motivated, as well as part of my tracking to keep my, you know, keep me moving from one whip to the next. You know, I pull my little stick things out. I'll go over that again. I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but anyways, that's all I got, ladies and gents. Deal with me, right? Found this at the good old Walmart, what, a day or so ago. And again, it's like a July to July, but it's actually 2 years worth. So, and it's simple, basic, and look, for old people. I can read that without glasses. That's awesome. It's just a basic monthly whatever. I haven't done anything with it yet. Again, since it starts in July. Meh. But, which I don't like doing the July to July. Is it just me? Maybe I just didn't see these the beginning of the year when they might have 2 full years worth of a planner that's January to January with the rest of the world. I guess I need to look better or hop online and look for it. I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do is the January 2025 through June in the back is what I'll probably just put in for 2023 and then start from there to get 2 years worth of it, because I was kind of using my other planner to at least keep track of the stitches and whatnot. And you know, like I said, it's just big, it's bulky, it's a bunch of stuff I just don't use. So I'd rather switch to this. I'm sure I'll get it all stickered up and prettier maybe by the next time you see it. At least that's the plan. We'll see if that's what actually ends up happening. But again, this is like Walmart for $6, $7. I don't know. It wasn't much. And right there beside it, I found these cute little mini, what, composition pans? They had the little black ones. But why? Just pick up the black ones when you have color, right? And they're just lined notebooks. There's nothing fancy about them. But again, you've heard me say I work my way through my whips by using my little sticky doodles here. I just put the name of the whip, and then I'll pick another one that's like, that's the goal. 3,000 stitches, 1,500 stitches, whatever. And then each little box is just 100 stitches, and it's just, again, a little motivator, keep things moving, just put it in there, whatever. So this way it's all together. I did have it on 2 or 3 other things. I don't know, it got annoying. So try again. This is what we're going with this month. Stand by. 6 months from now, it could be totally different, or it could be on to God knows what by then. Story of my life, you know. Squirrel. There it is. It's all over. But that's what I'm playing with currently. I am pretty stoked about the planner because, again, it's not so darn big. So, anywho. Haul. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of haul. To be honest with you. Some of it I didn't even pull out because I'm a bad floss tuber. Alright. To start my Consider the Lilies, I didn't have all of the, I don't know, 50 or so threads. Not quite that much, but anyways, so 1, 2, 3 stitch to the rescue. There's a bunch of them. There's some of the weeks. It's a good combination of a little bit of everything overdyed. So I got those, and like I said, I do have a little retreat coming up in Myrtle Beach this October. So I'm going to play with this. I got this little guy off of Amazon. Not as big as some of the others, but it does fold right up. And it's LED, and kind of, it can be charged and hold whatever, but you can plug it in too, of course. So we're going to give it a try. I haven't really fired it up in a darker room and played with it fully charged yet, but it got pretty bright. You know, all LEDs kind of take a couple minutes to get to their full brightness and whatnot. So if nothing else, for the, I think, $8 I paid for this, she'll do just fine. And I can go to the retreat and see everybody else's cool stuff and go, ooh, and, you know, send me a link for that. You can always change up, right? And then the biggest thing of my haul, did you hear it? Oh yeah, that's the sweet, sweet sound of a project bag. So you hear everybody talk about it, and I finally just went ahead and checked it out. So again, I'm talking about the wonderful Gamma's Treasures on Etsy. You can see her stuff on Instagram. That's where I saw it first. And I was like, oh, I really like that one. And of course I go over there and that's not the one I bought. But I saw this little guy. And look at that. How cute. This is the back. I don't have a true Christmas bag, and honestly, I don't have a true Christmas project, so, oh darn, I'll have to pull one out of my stash. I'm sure I've got a couple. I do have that little Frosty Forest going, but that's more of a winter, not like what I would consider a true Christmas, you know? So, I got this, and of course, she's wonderful, and she sends you, it came with the little Notions bag. I think it's just white on the inside. Yeah, just white. It's a little goodie bag and a little thread bed with the same, with the magnet. And then she gave me some little floss drops. Look, some I didn't have to make myself. How exciting! Pretty stoked about that. Thank you so much. I can't wait to find them. Yep, she says you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Gamma's Treasures. Pretty awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm looking forward to finding me a Christmas project to kit up. I'm sure it won't take me long. But that's my Gamma's Treasures. This is my first bag from her. I'm sure it won't be my last. If you get a chance, go check her out. She has all kinds of pretty stuff on there. And, you know, some are bigger, some are smaller. Like I said, excellent selection. So, is that everything? I think that's all my goodies. So again, I will try to come back here in a couple weeks. Yeah, probably the first full week of June is when I'll come back and show you the progress. I'll have all my whips going. I have my birthday one going, and we'll see what else I get into. All right. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful beginning to your summer. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget why we have Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. It's you know, it's a celebration, yet it's not. And remember all those that gave all. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care.